We have just changed our numbers to $10,000 as a monthly goal, and we're sitting on $2,884. The reason why we've increased that to 10,000 is because the second store challenge that we were running on our main YouTube channel, we're not doing that anymore. So we've merged those listings into the main store. So therefore, we're going to be listing more per day. So we're back to $400 live into the store every single day, and that should get us $10,000 in sales, because it has for the last 4 years. Daily through 333, and we're doing currently $240. So overall, I mean, what's been really good, even though the revenue is down a touch on where we want it to be 2 weeks in, only ever so slightly. What is it, like, $93 a day down on where we want to be right now. The profit margin is 48%. Flipped It shows that we've actually made almost $1,400. So it's basically $700 a week, which so far it's okay. It's not great. $2,800 for the month. We generally like to do about $4,000. So we are definitely under. How are you guys going? Let me know in the comments below. How's your April been? But we know what we've got to do to fix it. We've just got to list up all of this stuff. And as I touched on, having a look at the average sale price, we need to prioritize higher ASP products. So that's us for the next 2 weeks to round out April. We've got a bit of work to do in this garage. However, I've got 10 sales that I want to take you through. We actually only had 10 sales. Usually we're doing about 15 to 20 sales over a weekend period, but we've only got 10 because the sales have been down these last 2 weeks. But we'll go through them with you. We'll show you what they've gone on to sell for, what sort of a product they are. We've got some new Flipped It merch as well, which is kind of cool. This is our software, our financial tracking software that you saw just before. You guys can grab that as well. There's a 7-day free trial. But we've got this Pokemon folder for the Nintendo Switch, this game case. Now I bought this, it was like a $5 to $10 purchase, and then I bought this Super Mario All-Stars Super Nintendo. I bought these two items at the very same time. Would have loved that to have sold first, because that's worth about $400. This one though did come through. It was a $5 sale into a $25 sale on eBay. So yeah, it'll be on the baby store account for Flipped It. So I don't have the data on it, but look, 5 into 25, very much a bread and butter sale. And a cool item because it's Nintendo Switch and Pokemon, so it was always going to sell. Coming in at number 9, we have this crazy DVD that I don't know how to pronounce. Afweeterssheen. Ashweetersane Pet. This is the complete series 1 and 2. It is a region 2 copy. And a lot of people say, should I be selling these region 2 copies, region 1s, etc.? Yes, you should. A lot of people have got region free DVD players out there that completely play these fine here in Australia. But you can turn your international postage on and get some international sale as well for these DVDs. So yes, definitely pick them up no matter what region. Just stipulate what region it is in your listing. This one was another baby store sale, so I don't have the data in profit on this one, but I remember buying it a couple of weeks ago in a thrift store. We put it into that baby series video on YouTube, and it was $4. So $4 into $25, I dare say we would have made about $10 odd in profit. So not too bad. It's the minimum acceptance that I will take now is about a $25 listing price. I'm kind of getting away from the $20 minimum. I'm creeping it up to like 25 to 30 because I just really want to get bang for buck off every single one of my sales, as you guys should be too. So please sweep those listings that are less than $20 out of your store. It is doing you absolutely no favors, and it's truly just wasting your time. Main store sales now, 8 from the weekend. This one was the next best. This is Erica's Villaplume out of our Pokemon stack. Kate has been listing up more and more of these. We don't have too many left to sell, so we're only basically down to 2 more pages for this binder and this whole journey to be done. It's been a really, really good buy. I'm very happy with the way that it's been able to go on to sell. I think I bought it about 5 weeks ago now, and we're getting very close to having them all go on to sell, and a lot of them have sold for the full asking price. There's been no real best offers. So that tells us that our $1,000 that we were projected to profit is likely to be that $1,000. It's not going to be less. It's going to be where I thought it was going to be. You can absolutely rely on Pokemon cards, especially the old school vintage ones. Like this card here, it's not in great condition. There's creases all over it, but it's still a vintage holographic Pokemon card. And they do go on to sell really well. So I think we got was it a $28 sale price? for that one. So yeah, 28 bucks. I mean, Flipped It doesn't show anything too nice in the sense that we bought every one of these cards for $48 each. So it shows a negative $30 amount worth of profit. But collectively overall, as we keep saying, there's $1,000 in profit. So really, really good haul. We're getting through them. Few more to list up and sell. But yeah, a great category to get into. We had a question in our school community around international postage. They were basically doing some comp checking the other day, and they posted up and said, do we account for the international postage amount when we see a sale price? So it could be like a $30 sale price plus $80 worth of international postage in italics. You really want to discredit the $80. The item value that you would comp your item up for here in Australia is just $30. Don't take any notice of what that postage amount is. Because that person would have listed theirs up for $110 if they'd gone down that approach, and they would have completely priced themselves out of the opportunity to sell that item. It's only worth 30 bucks. So yeah, I just want to mention that for your international sales. Please do your comp research internationally if you need to, but discredit that postage amount. The reason why is because it's showing you what it would cost for them to send it to you in Australia. So it's completely irrelevant for your pricing. This one here, Mission Impossible on the PlayStation 1, was the next one. We got a $32 sale price on this one here, and it was $16.69 in postage. That's a little bit better. You know, $16 in profit, 52% profit margin, selling a game for $32. That's a nice bread and butter with a nice return of profit. So I absolutely love selling PlayStation 1 games. This did come out of this big $2,000 eBay store buyout that we did. There's no real sourcing videos coming out on the main Aussie Flipper YouTube channel because I'm very strict and strategic in the sense that this was purchased, this needs to be listed before we go out again. And we bought this about 2 weeks ago. So we've been listing this up for the last 2 weeks. We're still working through it at $400 per day. I'm not going out and sourcing. I'm not overextending myself. We have still got a lot of work to do before I'm even thinking about going out and getting the next deal. So a couple of messages from people saying, when's the next flea market video coming out? Well, once we list up all of this. Over in our video games section yet again, we've had a classic that I used to play back in the day. This one is called Burnout 3 Takedown on the Xbox original. We got a very good sale price on that one there for $34.95. Now we've got a cost of good there at $1. I think that could be slightly more. It's come out of this bulk buy, and we've got to work out what the average is on that. So a lot of items purchased for $2,000. We'll see where it washes out. So it might not be the $21.99 in profit because I think the cost of goods, obviously, we don't have 2,000 items, so it's going to be worth more than that. But the shipping on it is only $7.50. So we made a profit of around about, I would say about $15 on this game. Very, very similar to the Mission Impossible. So that was a great sale to get. Any of these old school vintage games are going to do well. Put a video out recently as well around the new eBay changes that are going to be hitting in the next 2 weeks. Very important if you're doing under 25,000 because there's going to be a completely different way of selling on eBay in a couple of weeks' time, and you're going to need to know about that. So go and check out the main Aussie Flipper YouTube channel videos about, one, the update, but two, just a little bit more of the understanding of the update, because that was the recent video that I just put out. Would love to know your thoughts with that new information that eBay's brought out on what you think about the new changes. If you are especially under 25,000, are you happy with the changes? Do you think they're going to work? Do you think you'll be able to adapt to the new setup? Let me know in the comments. Narcos here, we've got 3 seasons. I don't think that's a complete series set of Narcos by any means, but we did get a $36 sale price for it, which was pretty decent. We had a $12.33 buy price. Now that would have been a private pick that we'd split out over the haul, and we made a profit of $8.73. This next one was a Blu-ray that took 1 day to sell. This is the Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection. See, good quality product is always going to turn around. You've just got to know what a good quality product is, and this one is certainly that. This is a complete series, sort of a box set. Alfred Hitchcock, super popular director of film. $39.95 was the sale price on that one. I've attributed a cost of good to $5 on this. I do think it could be slightly more. So the $19.90 profit on that, I think it's going to be more like $15 once we finalize the numbers. But yeah, look, this one's selling in a day to make yourself 15 bucks. I would do that every single day of the week. Some more video games coming in at number 3. We've reached the podium. We've got Ridge Racer Revolution, and we've also got Command and Conquer on the PlayStation 1. So this was a multi-order purchase, 2 orders to the one buyer. We got a $70 sale price on this one here, which was great. So probably slightly over-exaggerated profit there because we've only got a $5 average purchase price, and this came out of this big bulk buy as well. So maybe a little bit less than $46, but the sell-through rate on it, really quick space of time. I think the sale price, 10 days. 10 days to go on to sell, and that's very common with PlayStation 1 games. They generally turn over much faster than some of your other categories. So yeah, tough to find out there in the public and the thrift stores, etc. But if you were looking for a great quality product with a great average sale price and a really quick speed of sale, it would be these old school vintage games. It would almost be my number one thing to try and track down and to go out there and speak to people about, because we just get fantastic results literally year round. We've got a very good TV show here in Dexter. Kate and I have watched this one a few times. Really good show. Found it on Blu-ray, which is actually quite rare. You often see Dexter on DVD. But to get a nice big complete series set in a slipcase out of this private pick, we got this one listed up and actually had a 1-day sell-through rate as well. So very similar to the Alfred Hitchcock. Instant sale because it's a really nice complete series box set. So that's something to just keep an eye out for and keep being aware of. I'm seeing a lot of people in our school community talk about trying to get partial season sets to complete a series set. And I would love you guys to just stop doing that. Rather than filling up your house of 30 to 40% worth of a complete series set, just when you see it out there at 30 to 40%, just don't buy it. Because I've done that. I've been down that rabbit hole. We had a 3rd bedroom that was full of 2,000 DVDs that were all partial series sets, because I thought that I could go out to the thrift store tomorrow and find what I was missing. Turns out you never find what you're missing, and you just fill up your house with unwanted listings that should never even go onto eBay. So if they're on your eBay and they're 2 seasons out of a 9 series full complete series set, delete it off your eBay. Really, that's my true advice through my experience of doing this, because this stuff sells in a day, and those 2 series partial series sets takes 6 months to sell, and you're getting a far less of a sale price. So pull your money together and only go out there and just try to source this sort of stuff. When you see this sort of stuff, say yes, and all the partial stuff, just say no. But we did get a $75 sale price within 24 hours. We've made $38.53 on this one. Bought it for $15, which is I think going to be more of the average listing price here, is going to be about $15. So this one's an accurate profit amount, $38.53. Some really good numbers on that one. And what a big sale price this one was for our number 1 best sale of the weekend. A bit nervous as to what this will cost to ship off. We're going to find out a little bit later today, but I'm guessing about $25. But this is the Thunderbirds Tracy Island electronic playset. Now, not complete, is it?
It's missing some rockets, I think.
Yeah, missing some rockets, but partially complete set, which is advertised in the description. They're aware that this isn't complete, and we got $170 for it not being complete, which is a really good sale price. Came out of a private pick that we bought for $18 per listing. So an $18 buy price into $170. Flipped It has shown us a profit of $104, which is fantastic. Big sale. Really helped our week, because I think last week we only did about $700 in sales out of the whole garage, and this was $100, just this one very item. So Kate is going to preciously package this one up incredibly neatly, and we will get that one out to the buyer today. But look, you'll see and notice that apart from the Pokemon case and this one here, everything else is DVDs and video games, because we've niched into the DVD video game category, and I think that's something you guys want to eventually try and get to. If you're not there yet, have a look at your store and have a look at the way you're working and think to yourself, if I was to niche, how could I niche, in the sense of what category could I get into? And then once you've chosen that, you then need to build connections. And the best way to build a connection would be to go out and speak to people about what you do and what you're looking for, and just ask in passing if they have any of that they no longer need. You could be a person that they could sell it to, and then that just plants a seed. And then within a couple of weeks or a couple of months, all of these people you've spoken to may then reach out to you, and you've got yourself an opportunity to get some stock. So it starts like that. I've done it through social media. All of my connections, all of these big bulk buys, they come through me speaking about what I do. I'm after DVDs and video games. I'm doing it right now. If you've got any, just send me an email and then we'll do a deal and I'll buy it off you and then we'll sell it on the videos. Like, it's marketing. It's just telling people what you do. So go out, do that as much as you can, niche into a category, and let me know in the comments below what category do you think you might want to niche into as well. But appreciate you being here for this one, guys. We're going to go ahead and do our Monday morning shipping. We'll see you next week.